Good evening, my extra late night Saturday bobbin fans. It it's been a nice day actually. I had quite a good relaxing day, and I have to confess I am a little tired. Not because I did too much today, of course, because my body's actually realised that sleep could be a really cool thing. So, um, but that's how it goes. So we are here doing our bit as we do on a Saturday. Probably need to lengthen these bobbins again. Yeah, I've got a sore finger. Got a sore finger. Need to see what that message is about. See if it's interesting. Whatever. Alright. So. Need to push these down. Put that down. Dear, poor puppy. Am I sitting on my couch? So let's lengthen these a little bit. I didn't cross them. Arse. What an idiot. Too easy done, that's for sure. I'm so sorry that I'm sitting on my couch, Rory. Okay, these are a little longer than I need. It's a bit overkeen. See, that's not right somehow. Because I need another one. Could have sworn I grabbed a pin then, but apparently not. I did. There it is. You've got too many. No, you don't. Okay. Just look like it. Right, so went wrong back here. Well, it seems once again my internet has farted and my stream has dropped. Wonder how long it will last for. I get so tired of this. I get such a crappy speed and can't even stay up long enough for me to stream. It's been really good the last few days. And then earlier today, there it goes. Earlier today it farted and I was like, oh, that's a shame. I was thinking just as well I wasn't streaming, and there it goes. to switch sides. And gonna need to lengthen all of you because you're going to be really short. Interesting, I didn't finish off that. So I need some of you. No, you're not right somehow. Even though you look right, you're not. Something's not right somewhere. Because you go with you. So you and you should have crossed there. But you didn't. It was somehow. I have too many pairs. No, you go that way. And you two. See, I don't think you should be coming straight down. It's because you don't. It's better. Right, now. Right, you can all sit over there a minute. Now, you see, there's a thing that's not right. You're wrong. Actually, all we need to do is go this way and undo you because I need you. sake, it's not right either. I didn't finish the one before. So, let's do this again. So. See, you are not right. Yeah, you didn't. I didn't finish you right, did I? Somehow. So, let's do you. See, didn't do finish you. Now you can do you. Put you in. Third time's the charm, right? That looks a bit better. Getting a bit hungry. It is midnight. I don't remember having much for tea, so. bust a nail. Forever. I'm always doing that. I end up with... Just like, I have nails. I'm capable of growing nails. But at the same time, I'm not. I seem to constantly break them on, like, air or something. I mean it genuine. You know, I'll be doing nothing, and the next thing I know, I've got a nail that's kind of flapping in the breeze. I mean, sometimes it is because I've done things, and I'll like put my hand down and I'll feel my nail snapping off. But whatever. Oh, my drink didn't last very long. What's that? An hour. It's not a good sign. Normally my drinks last for a number of hours. But there we go. Such is life. I'll get another one in a minute. And perhaps a snack. Ew. That doesn't look right. Right, yes. It's just lying funny. Okay. No, don't fall over. Don't do that. That's annoying. There we go. You're not right, Samir. Should be you too, that's why. I'm gonna eat biscuits at you. Hi, Naughty Cow. I'm eating biscuits at you. I apologise, sort of. Because I've got the munchies. And of course the full attention of the dogs. Feel free, my friend. Really? I said yes, feel free. Biscuits are good for the soul. Especially at this time of night. It was that or a pot noodle. And the biscuits required less effort. So biscuits it is. I just realised you can't see very much because I moved it so I could get out. There you go. Actually, let me move the base. There we go. Would like it to be stable after all. Don't want to lean on it slightly and watch the whole thing fly across the room. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? I mean, you've got to boil a kettle for like a minute and then stir it and everything. Yeah. But when your biscuit packet's open, so all you have to do is flick out a bunch of biscuit. Pot noodle is more effort. Mainly because there is any effort. You may have noticed it's grown a fair bit. Well, if I tell you the bottom's here, it's really not that far away. It's not a tonight goal, that's for sure, but it's definitely not far away. I was getting a little bit bored with no one to talk to. Hence I'd wandered off to get some biscuits. Because, my stomach was rumbling and no one was watching, So how's Nautical? Why, what have you done? Or not done, as the case may be. If it's any consolation, I can't believe that technically today, given that it's Sunday, is my last day off, and I've achieved jack crap with it on. I had plans to achieve some things this week, and well, I didn't do any of it, so slightly annoyed with myself because I'll go back to work and regret it all. Well, I'm already regretting it, but you know what I mean. I'm not sure where the week went, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, to an extent that is exceptionally true. I think part of my problem was that this week the weather was just shitty, and as you know, my mood was alongside it, and so as a result, my brain just didn't brain this week. And while I've done a couple of strips, this is nearing the end of strip number 2 after all. Can you not? I don't know what you're eating, dog, but it was mine. Leave it alone. No. I think actually what really didn't help today was the fact that I was fast asleep. Well, I wasn't fast asleep. I was vaguely awake, actually. But it was quite early this morning, and some political moron, to tout their party's, preferences in the forthcoming local election, decided to knock on my door early this morning. And well, to be honest, if you've got to tell me how great and frigging wonderful you are, you ain't great and frigging wonderful, because if you were, I'd already know. And so I'm not overly interested in hearing from some paid minion to tell me how great you are. At stupid o'clock this morning. Well, it wasn't that early, but it was pretty damn early. I think it was 8 o'clock this morning, which is too early to be for a random old fart, because the guy really looked like death himself. To be knocking on my door to tell me about some political bullshit. To be honest, I'm less likely to vote for you. I was thinking about this the other day because obviously we've been getting stuff through the door of, oh, so-and-so of the such and such party is standing in your area and he wishes to, I don't care. The fact that you've cold-mailed me and I've shown zero interest in you already means I am less likely to vote for you, Sending your minions round decreases it even more, I mean, I know they mean well, but no, just don't. Just don't. I'm not interested. And I'm not interested in being used as a climbing frame to get to the last of my biscuit. Well, I say last of my biscuit like it's a big thing. It's... But yeah, cold call me, cold mail me, cold knock at my door, you're instantly on the, go away list, really. Especially if I'm not out of bed yet. If I got up to answer the door for this, it better be worth it, and that's not worth it, so, you know. Now, if you came round offering a selection of free food and to discuss over snackette, I might make a bit more time for it, but you know, you're just wasting my life, really, and yours for that matter. It's really weird. If I look away from Amy, her wagging of tail sounded much more like, you know, sort of dog licking something wet off the floor. And when I look at her, it was definitely a piece of plastic. Clearly my hearing's going in that ear then. Get out of it, dog. I plan to do some making of game this week. That didn't happen. I meant to do some more with the cardboard. That didn't happen. Frankly, nothing much happened this week. I did get some sleep though, which is a good purpose for time off after all. Can you not, dog? So why are you pissed off with yourself? Come on. Tell Lizzie all about it. getting a bit crowded. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Split. Put you out of the way for 10 minutes. Makes a bit more room like that. Okay, hang on. That sounds very... I very much understand the frustration of that one. And that doesn't look right, so we're going to undo you a second. And wonder why you look like shit. And the answer is because, well, you just freaking do. Actually, let's do you first, because that'll get you supported and it won't look so shit. That's better. There we go. Don't lick my hands, dog. I've never really explained why I get so frustrated with them licking my hands. I have major problems holding cold things, and for that matter, hot things. My hands just really, really hurt. And I can't believe the rest of you deal with this as a normal basis. I can't hold a cold can of drink. I can't hold a cold plastic cup of drink. So I've got a plastic cup of Coke out the fridge. Now, I like drinking it. It's fine drinking it. I can't hold it in my hands. I can't warm my hands up around a hot cup of drink because it hurts too much. Even a tepid cup kind of hurts too much. Basically, my hands moan if they're not just perfect. Any slight deviation and they're like the whiniest things you've ever got. Get out of trying to eat my biscuit! It is not for you. Don't look all offended. Wretched animals. But it means I can't hold burgers and eat them. I can't hold an ice cream and eat it. I can't. It just really hurts. I can't peel potatoes. If you store the potatoes in the fridge, which makes them last longer, I can't peel the potatoes. I can't chop onions that have been in the fridge. I literally can't. I almost can't get stuff out of the freezer because I can't hold it long enough to get it to a countertop. So the colder it is, the worse it is. So I really suffer, and my hands are a bit cold. I mean, they're not cold. She says, put them on her face to check. But they're telling me they're cold. They you know, they're sitting here going, I feel cold. No, you're not. You're lying. But you can sod off, animal. But this is part of the reason I get so frustrated when they lick me, is if my hands are cold already, getting slob on them does not make them feel better. This is not a helpful event, you know? Let me eat more of this biscuit so that it's gone. It's like the pitch I hear also depends on how fast my heart's beating. That doesn't seem normal either. There, I've eaten it. Shut up now. And no, you didn't get any. And very nice it was too. your face is out of it. There is no biscuit for dog. It was human biscuit. It wouldn't have killed you to eat it, but I ate it because I was hungry. You had tea. I did not. So, meh. You can look cute all you like. There is no biscuit. Any crumbs that you managed to snaffle were it. So, I'm feeling the end is drawing in. My ability to concentrate is waning, not because it's late, just because I kind of had enough, I think. But we will even this out just so that we've kind of got a flat line at the end, because it makes it look tidy. And much as I am not tidy, as you well know, I do kind of like it when other things are tidy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So, Not that that is the greatest, but you can see now that the end is just here. So it's not far away, considering that this square will go quite quickly. It's not too bad. So with any luck, we will complete it tomorrow. And then I have to work out what the heck I'm going to do on Monday. I say tomorrow, later today, whatever, you understand. Haven't been to bed yet, it's still Saturday. It's Saturday somewhere. But this is always my conundrum when stuff finishes on a Sunday, right? Is the Monday stream when I've gone back to work, probably not in the greatest mood, because I already know there's a really dumb question waiting for me, and it's one I've already answered a number of times. And no, I can't do it because I do not have access to the thing that holds the information. It has to be done by somebody else. That somebody else takes a week to do a 5-minute job, therefore runs behind, hasn't done them, rest of the company in a mood because it's not been done, but I can't do it. Give me access, I'll fucking do it. I don't want to do it, to be honest, but fine, give me the access. But they don't want to give me the access because, well, so, we can't have too many people doing that. Well, it's funny now, and, now we're going to have a load more, so, whatevs. There are certainly ways of doing it, and it's really not that hard, and what makes me annoyed is that doing it for my stuff versus the other stuff, because there's two halves to our stuff, it's exactly the same. So just get on with it. If you can do one, you can do the other. It really, really doesn't matter. So knowing that that's coming on Monday is not helping the, joy of going back to work. Because really, we've explained this already. But today, I think I'm done. I will call it quits. I need a photo, don't I? What am I going to take a photo of today? I know what I'll take a photo of. Give me a pair of bobbins. There we go. I'll have a pair of bobbins. There we go. This is what we will take a photo of tonight. Problem is because of the light, I can't see where things line up in the photo. There we go. Right. Did that come out okay? Click on the thing, thank you. Ooh, that looks a little bit... Oh, I'll do. The thread looks a bit blue, to be honest. It looks kind of like... looks like white under an ultraviolet light. It's kind of a little bit blown, for want of a better word, but it's not usually how digital blows it, but there we go. I will set it up loading. Thank you for joining me, Nauticelt, and anyone else who's lurking in the background. I hope you didn't have too boring an evening with me. I know it's only been 3 hours. Yeah, but you know how, like, if you, not that I go clubbing, you understand, but if you've ever been somewhere where you've got like a white t-shirt on or a white bit on your white buttons or something, or worse, if you wear contact lenses, never go to a place with UV lighting when you've got contacts in. Because the lighting that goes with it, that makes all the white glow, you basically end up with ring lamps in your eyes because of the edges of the contact lenses. So you've got this like ring of light around your eyeballs. And it's not just you who can see it. Fair enough. but it's you know for what I mean is that some colours really go nuts under UV light. Obviously they're designed to, but contact lenses also go. It's a bit freaky for the wearer and some of the people looking, as it turns out. So it does depend on your contact lenses, but I've been there. I have been the. What's wrong with your eyes? And I'm standing there looking like a, cat in the headlights kind of deal. My contact lenses seem to be attracting the UV light, and they go, no kidding. It's almost like robot eyes in films kind of thing. It's really quite off-putting. So, but the bobbin, as you will probably see when I post it, the thread on the bobbin has that kind of white at a nightclub look. That's definitely the right phrase for it. It looks a little bit there, It's kind of like, whoa. Hence I looked at it and kind of went, oh. Yeah. Anyway, I hope it hasn't been too boring. It's been 3 hours. Most of me sitting in quiet, bobbining away, running off to get a drink, munching biscuits. Speaking of drink, I need some more drink. Yes, I know. Oh, but you'll be up all night. No, I won't. I'll get up once. That'll be it. And that's fine. For those who are not aware, when you're old, you get up anyway, so you might as well drink and at least not be thirsty when you go to bed, because then you can't sleep because you're thirsty. So if you're going to get up for a pee, it might as well be worth it, is all I can say to that. No one wants to get up and go, drip. And it's like, really? You woke me up for this? No, you want to be holding back the tide. So yes, I hope that you have a pleasant evening where you are. For Nautical, go to bed. And stop fiddling with things and go to bed. And I shall see you all tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's stream will probably be in about 11 or 12 hours-ish. Haven't decided on... And this is why I hate the fact that I can't schedule it. But it will depend on what I'm doing and how much fun I'm having. Because it might be tomorrow evening. If I get stuck into something, it might be watching the telly. Well, I don't watch telly, but I watch streaming stuff. Might be something I'm streaming because I got to watch Doctor Who, because I forgot to watch it this morning. Because for those who don't know, in the UK, yes, it doesn't air till this, Saturday evening. But it's on iPlayer first thing Saturday morning, and I completely forgot. Because I've been on holiday and, well, all the days are the same. And it's only just dawned on me, despite the fact that I had takeout Friday last night and that today was going to be long stream, that today was Saturday because, well, nothing actually says it's Saturday, you numpty, greater than not having to get up for work for the first day. And so I didn't have that reminder to... Because, of course, I've not been getting up to an alarm clock all week. So it kind of blurred and I forgot. And it was only just after I started my stream, it was like, crap, I could have been watching Doctor Who. To be honest, no, I don't hate Shooty Katra. Really don't. But it's a bit weird for me. I often do take a while to warm up to a new Doctor Who. Although Chris Eccleston, day one, sold, not a problem. Mainly because there hadn't been one for like 20 years. But also because there'd been such a long time since the last Doctor Who, and I was really excited to see it, that, frankly, you'd have had a job to make a shit one. Well, actually, apparently not as hard as I thought. But when David Tennant came along, I was a little bit, who's the hell's this? Not sure. But after about 3 or 4 episodes, I was kind of going, actually, I like this one, and this one's good. Matt Smith took a bit longer because he was a bit weird. Jodie Whittaker, Peter Capaldi, again, he was a bit weird, but it took a couple of episodes and it kind of wore in to, yeah, it's alright. Jodie Whittaker didn't really float my boat, mainly because of the stories at the beginning. Towards the end, when they were getting rid of her, the stories improved. And it was alright. But by then I really wasn't really watching it. And so now we're going to Shooter with a brief David Tennant in the middle. The David Tennant in the middle was great. Shooter it's a bit woke. It's not a problem that it's, modern. It's just like everything. If you change too much in one time, especially when you're autistic, it really can grate. And he's got lots of energy. I'm not overly keen on his companions, but that could be a girl thing. But I don't hate it. Not like the early Jodie Whittaker ones, which were horrible. I don't hate it. I just find it childish. Now, I know Doctor Who is kind of a kids' programme, but it's not, if you know what I mean. I mean, they don't swear, they don't have sex bits, they don't, So, with all that in mind, it is kind of a children's programme, but it's always been a bit of both. A bit like Shrek. If you think of Shrek as a children-only film, you have missed all the jokes, right? It is not a kids' film if you get the jokes. But Doctor Who used to work on that kind of level in that it was good for both adults and children. This one feels really, really play schooly. It feels really, really, oh look, children. It just feels in a blind, overly childish, with a hidden meaning of morality. It's there's nothing wrong with a bit of that, but I haven't settled into it. And it's his second series, which is not boding too well. I mean, the series is short as heck round here. I mean, we've so got used to American series that are like 20-something episodes ago, right? And Doctor Who's like 6 to 8 kind of thing. Sometimes it's 10. And you're kind of going... So by the time you're just about remembering to log in, to sit down and watch it every week, it's kind of over. And if you miss one, well, the series is puffed before you've even noticed. I do struggle with the new Doctors, and I do want to see it, but at the same time, I just know it's going to have, I would say too much silliness, but Matt Smith was full of silliness, but I like the companions. Hello, I named my dogs after them, right? Initially, I thought it was a bit weird, but it grew on me and I got to like it. But it didn't take that long. I did and I didn't. I think there's a part of me, and it's probably the autistic part of me, because not overly good with change, but for a man who's lived for nearly 1,000 years, well, he was 902 during the Matt Smith era, so, but you would expect more worldly wisdom, I think is the word. And I think that's part of my problem with Shooter, is that the worldly wisdom of being over 1,000 years old, because he's already said he's over 1,000 years old, so they've obviously wound him on 100 years at some point. He's almost too green, too innocent, too weird, but it's too childish. A man who's lived 1,000 years. I mean, I know they're all different. That's the whole point of the regeneration. But they don't forget the lifetimes they've had. And they made a point of that when they did the 3 Doctors. They had John Hurt, Matt Smith, David Tennant. And it was like, have you forgotten how many children died and all the rest of it? It's like, no. David Tennant's like, no. Matt Smith's, no, I don't remember. But David Tennant's, no, I remember. And he spouts out a number, right? That was an epic season. And I really enjoyed those kinds of stories because it encompassed... I mean, we all know that half the point of Doctor Who regenerating was so that they could change the actors without the whole thing falling apart. Because we all know that if you've ever watched a series and they've changed one of the main actors, whether it's NCIS, whether it's, Neighbours, whatever, right? If you change the actor but not the character, i.e. you don't kill off or, they up and go away or whatever, if you don't do that and you just kind of metamorphose into a different actor, it's the death of that character. No one cares for it anymore, right? And they built that into Doctor Who, which was a really wise and clever thing to do. And so that works really, really well. And, no one's fazed by the idea of the Doctor regenerating. Sometimes you're a little bit miffed because you wanted to see more of the last actor, but, we don't hate the fact that the actors change. But for me, I think... Well, exactly. There was a lot for... It covered both children and adults. Whereas the Peter Capaldi stuff had an interesting turn. But it wasn't bad. It was just like, we'd been going down this road and we'd taken a bit of a left, right? Then when we had Jodie Whittaker, we kind of backtracked on ourselves a lot. And it was definitely like, Naughty Kill. Do you remember when you were at school, they'd wheel in the TV and they'd play some shit off the BBC Two that was, for kids, but it was an educational programme, darling, and it would be a reenactment of, and like the Rosie Parks and all the rest of it, they would replay a piece of history, right? So that the kids could learn about that bit of history. Well, if I wanted that, I'd have watched the children's shit on BBC Two, right? I don't need it to be in my Doctor Who. Now, Doctor Who has met many famous historical people, but the story was still about Doctor Who. With Jodie Whittaker, it wasn't. It was very much, this is a historical event that we are watching, we just happen to be there. And I think that change for me made it very uncomfortable. It was not that and nearly all of them were on Earth. That they didn't really, that first season for Jodie Whittaker, they didn't really leave Earth. 99% of the time they were in Sheffield. Now, I don't per se have a problem where it's set. But it just felt very un-Doctor Who. There was no aliens. There was no... And there was the whole fam thing. Oh, dear God, stop calling them your fam. I didn't mind that she had like an entourage of assistant, companion, whatever you want to call them, right? Didn't really mind that she had a collection. What I minded was the fact that it was far more about, somebody's feelings and watching a historical event than it was of, they turn up somewhere, usually unexpected as previously, because obviously, as the phrase from the TARDIS goes, I may never have taken you where you wanted to go, but I always took you where you needed to go. They would go somewhere, like when David Tennant meets Martha Jones. He's there, they get taken to the moon, it's kind of happening all around him. He does a little bit of a fancy trick, but he takes her places and they're never exactly where he meant to go. They're never it's close, but it's, this isn't thing, it's Cardiff. Those kind of comments. That's always been the case throughout the whole of Doctor Who, is they've aimed for somewhere and slightly missed it. And the whole Jodie Whittaker stuff, that was lost. The whole run was lost. Everything about that disappeared. And part of it was because they changed literally everybody. They changed the writers, the directors, the cast, a whole lot. It just didn't really work. Now, towards the end, they got some of the original writers back in, and it was, and some more decent stories. But by then, you were kind of like, yeah, well, I'll watch it maybe on iPlayer later. If at all. Trev refuses to watch any of her episodes. Mainly because, it's going to be a woman, it'll be shit. I didn't think it would be shit because it was a woman. It wasn't shit because she was a woman. It was shit because the stories were shit. It didn't help that she didn't have the charisma as the Doctor as many of the others have. And so, to me, it was a bit of a belly flop into a pile of pig swill. And I think coming out of that is a difficult thing to do, but they've got back some of the better writers. So we can have more Doctor Who in our Doctor Who. But these stories, like the ones where there was a ship run by babies, and and you're kind of going, well, that's just shit. And I kind of watch it, and it's not so shit that I'll turn it off and leave it alone. But it's also not good enough that I necessarily would want to rewatch them. If you know what I mean. It was good for a one-time watch, but I'm not really into it. I'm not against it. And with each episode, maybe this one will be the turning point, and it will click, and I will herald him a great and glorious person. Because lots of people think he's a fantastic Doctor. He's certainly got lots of energy. I'm not going to deny any of that. He has a ton of energy. But I think some of Shooty Catcher, the current one. I mean, I do think some of it, sorry Americans, is because now BBC America are in on it. And I know they crept in on it earlier, but now it seems more for the American audience than the British audience. And I also think that doesn't help. Because, we don't insist on the Britishizing, NCIS or Criminal Minds or any of the other things that they ship over here, Law and Order and all the rest of it. We don't expect them to make that British. We watch it because we enjoy it. Well, then they need to respect that this is our show, and if you want to watch it, that's great. Well, exactly. There is this kind of... If you liked it because the way we did it, because we were British and it was ours, let us keep doing that so that you can enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, don't watch it. Find something else, and let us enjoy the thing that we were enjoying. It's a bit like having, I know, one of your family members bring in and go, oh, I brought home Sharon. She's a vegan. That means for Christmas we can't have a turkey. We can't have... Yeah, but I want to eat turkey for my Christmas. Or chicken. Not really far. Personally, the chicken's better. But remind me to cook my chicken tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll go off. And you're sitting there going, well, okay, so she's vegan. That's fine. She doesn't have to eat my chicken. Oh, but she you can't have it prepared in the same kitchen. You've heard of washing, right? I mean, Nautica, I'm sure you're with me on this one. You might not be. It's a bit controversial. Using one of your normal forks to, get wet dog food out of a can. I know someone who, even if you've washed it, you know, will not bear the idea that you might have used that fork on a wet bit of dog food. Even though dog food's prepared better than half the shit we eat. I've eaten the fucking dog food, let alone what I had it. I won't say I ate it out the tin because I didn't. Well, exactly. I used one of my knives actually. I needed to put bricks in I needed to put some bricks in my garden, and it was a bit clay, so I dug through it with one of my knives and cut it out, and then put the brick in it. So I'm with you on that, right? Because, well, you wash it. I mean, okay, if all you did was wipe it on your trousers, that might be, you know, a little bit much. But if you wash it, really? And so, Christ, I'd let my dog eat off my fork and then eat, because my dog licks my face. I've already got what it's got. You know, let's not be, you know, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I haven't, so, you know. I'm not going to say... Well, I mean, let's face it, I've eaten wet dog food. Now, I didn't sit there and put it on a sandwich and call it my dinner. What I did was we had it was when I was 16. I didn't intentionally set about eating dog food. What it was dog had been pregnant, she was a bit off her food, but if I hand-fed her the chunks out of the jelly, with the jelly all over my fingers, fed it to the dog, fed it to the dog, fed it to the dog. Dog was done, so I licked my fingers. And kind of got to like the third finger and kind of went, that was dog food. But since then, I've eaten every single bit of food I've ever fed my dogs. I'll eat their kibble, I'll eat their dry dog food, I've had their treats. By the way, freeze-dried liver treats are the most disgusting thing humanity has ever put together. I don't know how to explain it. If you cook me liver and bacon and all the rest of it, I will eat that. I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy it for myself, but I will happily eat that. Freeze-dried liver treats do not taste... Right? Freeze-dried liver treats... I was on the phone to a client. It was during 2020, during COVID, and I had... It's around here somewhere. It's not the same pack, but I've got more of them. Those little kind of stupid freeze-dried liver treats, right? And I was feeding to the dogs, and I went, I haven't actually tried one of these. And it's like, hang on a sec, insert name. I'm just going to try one. Puke, kind of meant. And it was like, what's the... Anyway, I drank... I went in the kitchen, I drank chili sauce, nothing. And I'd pulled a real face. I knew I'd pulled a face. Anyway, Trev came around the next day, and this was the best bit. I'd explained to Trev that night about the eating of the freeze-dried. And he was like, oh, it can't be that bad. Anyway, he was round the next morning for something. I can't remember why. Anyway, and I said, so you know, I tell you, I swear I can still taste it. Oh, it can't be that bad, he said. Give me one, he said. There you go. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And I pointed at him and went, that's the face I pulled. And he would probably, he would stand in front of, judge, jury and God himself. You can taste it nearly 2 days later. That lives with you. It doesn't go away. Never. I mean, I've eaten some foul shit. My mother tried anti-nail biting polish on me. I've eaten unlicked as a child many things. I tell you something, if you want to cure people of being fat, because bear in mind I'm not skinny, all you can eat freeze-dried dog liver treats. because they will not be eating that shit. I mean, it won't kill them. It's free-dried liver. It's not bad for you. You won't be eating much of it. One tiny, like, ½ centimetre square. And it lives with you for 2 days. And you'll still be sitting there going, like every so often. I've also, there's also, if you ever Google Steve Don't Eat That, I don't know whether the page is still around. He eats infected corn. That's corn on the cob, kind of corn, sweet corn, that has an infection. And as you'd expect with infection, there is pus. And one of the corn kernels is like this big, and it is full of pus. And he explains about how he bit into it and got a gob full of pus. And it's like, if you put those free-dry liver treats and some of that corn out, eat as much as you like, they'll be skinny as hell. Anyway, I'm going to go before the adverts hit. I shall see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. And don't have too many nightmares about the food I explained.